Hi, this is the casted on row. So I've put a link on the on Edmodo for you to see how to cast on by somebody. I thought it best that the parents look at a video of how to cast on just through YouTube, but the children can look at me knit. We have a little verse that goes with it. So this has been casted on. This is 30 stitches. This is the amount of stitches that we will use when we knit our square. But for now you are practicing your squares. So it doesn't matter how many stitches you have casted on. You could have 5, 10, 15. You could have 17 if you wanted. It doesn't matter. So I have 30 and it's on one needle and my other needle is here. So you have the casted on needle in your left hand and the spare needle with nothing on it in your right hand. And the little verse goes, in through the front door, you see the needle slides through, in, running round the back, peeping through the window, and off jumps Jack. And he jumped off and somehow became part of this knitting that starts to grow. So I'll do that one more time with the verse and then I'll show you how to do it with me. In through the front door, running round the back, peeping through the window, and off jumps Jack. And he's disappeared. So what you do is you put your needle nose into the front here and it goes in. This is a little window here. Can you see that little hole? And I'm going to poke in through the window and my needle that I poked in through the window comes right out the back there, and so it's behind this needle. This needle always stays in front, and then this bit of wool runs around the back and slides in between the two needles and pull it down tight. And then you push this needle down because you want it to peep through the window. Out it peeps, push it through the window, and then this is Jack, that stitch. So you want Jack to jump off. Off you go, Jack. Pop! And there he goes. So let's try that again. I've got my hair knitted in here. You know when you get a good knitted blanket when you've got people's hair knitted in it. So here we go again. In through the window, that little hole in there, you can see. Poking in through the window, needles behind. The wool runs around the back and slides between the two needles. And then you peep. Oh, sorry, peep through the window now. I meant to go into peep through the window and off jumps Jack. In through the front door. It's a door. In through the front door. Running round the back and slide between the two. Peeping through the window and off jumps Jack. And you just keep going like that. You can get quicker and quicker as you go. Takes time. In through the front door, running round the back, peeping through the window and off jumps Jack. In through the front door, running round the back, peeping through the window and off jumps Jack. And you'll see that the knitting is starting to grow. It's a lot smaller on this side and it's getting bigger on this side. And I'm going to run through this whole row because I'll show you what we do when we get to the end. So I'm just going to knit really quickly now to get to the end. In through the window, running around the back, peeping through the window, off jumps Jack. You can keep saying that to yourself and it helps you to remember what you need to do. And sometimes you find that it's quite far down your needle and you have to push it back up to near the top, but you don't push it too far up to the top because you don't want it all to fall off. So you have it just near the top, but a nice safe distance away. And we're going all the way through to the end. In through the front door, running round the back, peeping through the window, and off jumps Jack. Mine's a bit twisted now. Sometimes you have to untwist it all the way around. And it's a little bit tight at the beginning, but as you knit more and more, it's not so tight. And the last stitch, so in through the front door, make sure you go in the front. Run around the back, peep through the window, and here goes your last one, off jumps Jack. And so now you've transferred all of your knitting onto the other needle. So then you put that to your left side. The knitting that's already on the needle always goes to your left side. And this needle now, the one without knitting on it, goes to your right side. And you make sure that your knitting is inside, facing towards this needle in here. You don't want it on the outside. You always start from this side. And then you'll see in through the front door, running round the back, peeping through the window, and off jumps Jack. Just remember to keep your knitting inside at all times and just slowly do it. It takes time. You might be using all your hands to begin with, but you will get there in the end. Enjoy! Practice